Hello everyone. Today we will continue our discussion on electricity. In this video we'll be talking about resistance and the factors on which the resistance is dependent upon. Then we will see a question on the resistance. We'll try to understand the concept and try to solve the question at the end. So let me read the question first. The question is as follows. A wire of given material having length L and area of cross section A has a resistance of 4 ohm. What would be the resistance of another wire of the same material having length L by 2 and area of cross section 2A? So in this question what we have two conductors, both made up of same material but the dimensions are different. So what would be, how much the resistance going to be changed in the second case, in the second wire, that is we have to find out. So before trying to solve this, let's try to understand the concept. Let's try to understand the resistance. Let's try to understand the resistance. So resistance by the word itself means what? Resistance means opposition. So our chapter name is electricity and we are talking about the resistance. So what it is opposing? This is opposing to the flow of electric charges through a conductor, or you can say the flow of electric current, charges or current. So who will show this resistance? All materials are going to show the resistance. Whether you say conductor or insulator, all are going to show the resistance. Some will show more, some will show less. So whether it is conductor or insulator, conductors will show less resistance, that means less opposition to the flow of current, whereas insulator will show more, so more that almost no amount of current flows through them. So resistance is shown by all materials. All materials by virtue oppose the flow of charge passing through them. So on what factors this resistance depends upon? This resistance depends upon the following factors. Number one, the dimensions. What are the dimensions? The length and the area of cross section. The length and area of cross section. In the last video I have clearly discussed which part of the conductor is length and which part of the conductor is cross section. I would suggest you to watch that video and then continue here. So here the resistance is dependent upon dimensions. So what are the dimensions? Length of the conductor and area of cross section. And the second thing is the nature of the material. So nature of material means how the material is formed, how my conductor is formed. Different elements, different compounds show different behavior, and their behavior to the electric charge is also different. So when you see at the molecular level, you will understand why someone is showing more opposition, why someone is showing less opposition. For that you have to go through the molecular level, which is not in the scope of this discussion. So nature of material is also plays an important role. So in order to denote this nature of material with some numerical value, what we do is we'll take a conductor and of length 1 meter and area of cross section of 1 meter square. We'll take a conductor of length 1 meter and area of cross section of 1 meter square. Then whatever the resistance shown by the conductor, we are giving it a name resistivity. So resistivity is the resistance of the conductor of length 1 meter having area of cross section 1 meter square. So that gives us what? Resistivity, and this value we are denoting to the nature of the material. Remember, the nature of the material or resistivity is dependent upon temperature. So you have to do this activity at a fixed temperature, so because it is temperature dependent. So what is resistivity? It is a characteristic property of the material to oppose the flow of current. So which value we are denoting it? So we are denoting that value of a conductor of length 1 meter having cross-sectional area of 1 meter square. So these are the factors on which the resistance depends upon. And how they are dependent upon length, how they are dependent upon the area of cross-section and material. Let's try to understand that. So resistance, let me denote it with the letter R. Okay, the resistance is proportional to length. Resistance is proportional to length. It means that if the length increases, the resistance value also increases. If the length decreases, then the resistance value also decreases. Right? Resistance value also decreases. I can give you one analogy here. You can try to understand this analogy. Okay, so the analogy is like this. Suppose there's a long road. And a person, let us take a vehicle here. Let's take a car. So there's a long road, and on that a car is moving on the road. So longer the length of the road, more friction the car is going to face, right? The car is going to face friction for longer time, more longer time. In the same way, the longer the conductor is, suppose this is my conductor, more is the resistance. Longer the conductor is, more is the resistance, right? And let's see the dependence of resistance on the area of cross section. So the resistance is inversely proportional to area of cross section. I'm denoting it by small a. So area of cross section inversely proportional to the resistance. That means if the area of cross section is more, so then what would happen? Resistance will be less. If the area of cross section is less, then the resistance will be more. So I can also give one analogy here, just to think like this. Suppose there is a road, okay, a wider road, and there are cars moving on the road. So these cars are nothing but like in our electricity, the charges which are flowing. So if the road is wider, more easily they will flow, hence they will move faster. In the same way, if the conductor is having more area of cross section, then current will flow easily. So more area, less resistance, less opposition to the motion. Like here, if the width of the road is more, the cars will move freely, right? So less opposition to the motion. In the same way, in electricity, if the area of conductor is large, the resistance is going to be small, less. So if you have understood this, so we can write resistance is proportional to L by A. So we will get resistance is equal to rho L by A, where rho is proportionality constant. Rho is proportionality constant, and we call it as resistivity. Right? We call that as resistivity. So the conductor depends upon the resistivity, length, and area of cross section. Now we can try to solve the question. So what is the question we have? Let me write the given first. Remember one more thing, that resistivity at a constant temperature should be constant, right? Temperature should be constant. So in this case, we have two y's. We have to assume that the two y's are kept at the same constant temperature, else the resistivities will change. So let me read the question again. A wire of given material having length L and area of cross section capital A has a resistance of 4 ohm. So in the first case, how much is the length? Length is L, and what is the area of cross section capital A? So, and what is resistance? Let me call it, since it's a first case, let me call it as R1, right? So what can I write here? R1 is equal to, let me write it here, R1 is equal to nature of material, let us call it as rho, length is L, area of cross section is A, and this value is equal to 4 ohms. This value is equal to 4 ohms, right? So this is for the case 1. This is for case 1. In case 2, let me write here case 2. What are we having? The resistance of another wire of the same material. So same material means resistivity will be same. So R2 is equal to rho. Rho is going to be same in both cases. And then having length L by 2. So length is L by 2 now. And the area of cross section is 2A. Area of cross section is 2A. So R2 is equal to rho L by 4A. Rho L by 4A. So case 1, case 2 we have written here. Remember, in both cases the resistivity material is same, and we are also should keep it at the same temperature, then the resistivities will be same. So from both cases what we can write? Let me write this as equation number 1 and equation number 2, just for our comparison purpose, right? So what I'll do, I'll just divide 2 with 1. Let's divide equation 2 with 1. So if I divide equation 2 by 1, what I'll get? R2 by R1 is equal to, what is the value of rho? R2, rho L by 4A, divided by rho L by A, right? So I'm rubbing this side so that it would be convenient for us to solve this. So R2 by R1 is equal to, how can I write this? Rho L by 4A into A by rho L. Right? So let us cancel this. Rho L, A gets cancelled. So what are we left with? 1 by 4. So R2 is by R1 is equal to 1 by 4. So R2 is equal to 1 by 4 times of R1. So what is the value of R1 given to us? R1 is equal to 4 ohms. So what is the value of R2? R2 is equal to 1 ohm. So R2 is equal to 1 ohm. So what happened? If you keep the dimensions, keep the material same, if the dimensions change, then the resistance value will also change. So that is the conclusion for this question. So I hope that you are understanding what I am saying here, and still if you have some doubt, please write it in the comment section so that I can help you. Okay, and I have made other videos too on the similar topic, so I wish that you'll find it useful. Thank you.